Can you hear
Y'all hear
us?
me? Yes, ma'am. Can y'all hear me?
Perfect.
Jared, this is some of our local media. They're just gonna a few questions, okay?
Sounds perfect. Let's get it.
All right. Would you mind flipping your phone? Oh, there we go. Much better.
Jared, how does it feel to be a Los Angeles Ram?
Man, it's a dream come true. How simply I can put it, it's a dream come true. You work your whole life for something. I talked to the Rams throughout the process. This last week I got to meet with them again, get one more last interview with them, and it felt like the right thing. As you go through the whole process, and hearing them call my name with that Los Angeles Rams attached to it, woo! Dream come true.
What did you learn from last year going into this coming season that was going to help you perfect your game when it comes to coming to the NFL and playing for the Rams?
Technique will beat anyone who's just a natural born athlete. There are a lot of natural born athletes, especially in FBS college football. At ACC levels, SEC levels, there's a lot of natural born athletes. But when you add technique into it, when you add listening to your coach and listening to what he says to you, you become a whole better player. You hit that next level. You become an out of this world player. So that's one thing I'm trying to focus on coming in this past season.
Jared, you're the first round pick since 2016. What does that mean to you? And to have it be you after such a run without first round picks, what is your sort of opinion on that?
I mean, it's time to work. It's time to show them they ain't make a mistake. It's time to show them what we do. I'm excited for it. I'm excited to get to work. Got to talk to some of the guys already. I'm ready for it.
Jared, this is Stu Jackson with the Rams.com. Who are some of those guys that you've already hit up and talked to even just after you've gotten selected?
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. I kind of cut out. What did you say?
I would say, who are some of those new Rams teammates that you've already hit up, talked to?
Kobie was the first one to reach out to me. I got to talk to all the coaches and everything like that, but Kobie was the first one, like real quick, texted me, let me know if you need anything. You reach out to me, don't even hesitate, and I'm going to take him up on that offer. He going to regret saying that to me. I'm going to take him up, anything I need.
Gary Klein from the Los Angeles Times. How much time did you spend watching Aaron Donald as you were becoming a top player? And are you feeling any pressure to kind of step in and replace what the Rams lost with Aaron retiring?
To attack your first question, I've watched a lot of time with Aaron Donald. Me, at my time at Albany, Coach Greg Gattuso at Albany, the head coach, he coached Aaron at Pittsburgh. So we got to get on a Zoom meeting with him during COVID, and I got to pick his brain a little bit. I asked him a couple questions that actually helped me elevate my game. And the biggest thing I took away from the questions I asked him was he said you don't need a huge arsenal of moves. If you have a couple good moves and you execute them to the highest level of your ability, you will destroy everyone. And just aggression beats everything. So there's a couple of lessons I learned from him. But filling up his role, that's a hard role to fill. That's big shoes to fill. That's an out-of-this-world player. That's a once-in-a-lifetime Hall of Famer, future Hall of Famer. That's one of the best players to ever live. But to be able to, be in the position where they expect me to come in there and be able to fill that role, that's something I'm ready for. Pressure makes diamonds, and I love pressure.
Jared, from afar, what are your impressions of your new head coach, Sean McVay, and what are your impressions of your new defensive coordinator, Chris Shula?
And so just talking to him real smoothly, real quickly, I got great vibes from him. Haven't got to sit down, really get into everything with them. But just, the initial impression, I feel like it's going to be something great. It's something we're coming in there, we're ready to work. We're ready to, get those results, get back on that field and make everything happen from both coaches.
Jared, you mentioned that stop in Albany first at the start of your collegiate career. How did that time in your career, having to earn that opportunity at the highest level of college, kind of impact your growth as a player?
It makes you hungry. There's a lot of players who get stuff just kind of handed to them. There's a lot of players that, if you can be a great player, and especially now with college football, you can be a great player and get a couple million, just going to a school. But me, I had to be hungry. I didn't get anything at Albany. I used to have to work at Amazon, DoorDash. I used to do all those things to make ends meet. So it makes you hungry, being in the position now where I get to speak to all y'all today, fly out there real soon and get some work. It makes everything worth it. It just makes you so hungry for this opportunity and to be sitting here today.
Jared, have you spent any time in Los Angeles at all, California?
Me and my friends a couple years back took a little road trip out there because I'm currently in Phoenix, so we took a quick little drive over there. And I've been out there, a few times for commercials and, NIL opportunities and stuff like that. But I haven't never got to, indulge it. But, I'm a Ram now, so that's my city.
Yeah. How much did running track help your footwork as a football player?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that one more time?
how much did running track help your footwork as a football player?
It helps your footwork a lot because you can't make false steps. If you make false steps in track, you don't care how fast you are. But I mean, high school you might be able to get away with it. But like when you face like top level competition, your footwork has to be perfect, especially on the later runs, the 100, the 200, the 400. Your strides become very important. That's why when a quarterback or a running back gets out the pocket, I have faith in my speed and my form to be able to catch up to them, do something like that. Even if they may be faster, their form is not better than mine.
Jared, the playmakers on this defense are all young. So you yourself also coming in, being a rookie, being young, going to be working with a lot of young guys. Is that energizing to you at all? And kind of what do you hope to not just learn from them, but also give to them?
The thing I feel like I can give the most before I talk about what I'm going to learn from them is a dog. I come in with a lot of physical strength. I come in with a chip on my shoulder, and that chip's going to continue today. Like I love being a Ram. I love, now I am one, but like that chip's gonna be on my shoulder no matter where I go. I'm hungry for this. I need this. Like this is my lifestyle. This is how I do everything. This is just how I execute. But the thing I'm gonna be able to give them is just that work. But the thing I'm most excited to learn is the process of everything. How's the game move at the NFL level? Because you can watch film and be like, oh, that looks regular. But when you're actually in there, when you're in the fire, I can't wait to pick their brains and understand a little bit about that.
Can you Kurt Sandoval from ABC, can you expand, on the chip on your shoulder? Why do you still feel you have a chip on a shoulder as a two-time All-American from Florida State?
I was a two-time All-American at Florida State, but to me that kind of didn't mean too much. My teammates helped me get to that. They, Fabian Lovett, Braden Fisk, Pat Payton, Derek McClendon. Those are guys that I played with that helped me elevate my game because those are dogs. You can't be on that. You couldn't be on the defensive line at Florida State and not be a dog. But those guys helped me, elevate my game. But the chip on my shoulder really comes from everyone always looking down. Out of high school, I told people I wanted to play college ball. You're not doing that. I did that. I told everybody I was going to leave Albany and be the best. They said, no, you're not. I went to Florida State. I left, and I was the best. I'm trying to be the best. At this level, I told them, I wanted to be not only a first-round pick, I wanted to be one of the best. I wanted to be one of the tops. And whether I made that, or not, I'm just happy to be in this position. I'm happy to, keep proving people wrong along the way. And now I want to tell people I just want to be the best, period. I want people to doubt me on that one so I can prove them wrong one more time.
Jared, what stood out to you about your meetings with the Rams during the pre-draft process? What did you guys talk about? What did they ask you?
It was just, how I see the game. Some, things about film. Why'd you take this step? Why'd you do this? Why'd your defense run like this? Then I got to, watch their defense a little bit, watch, my defense a little bit now, see how it worked and how I could fit into it, how I look like, being a player, part of that. But that was just a couple of things, that we spoke about. Mainly was just like how I fit into the defensive scheme and what we did and what I'm used to.
What did you take away from how you fit into this defensive scheme?
I feel like it's meant for dogs. You can't be scared or timid in this defense. You have to be ready to hit somebody. You got to be ready to get after it. And that's my play style for sure.
Jared, who's with you? How are you celebrating? And I guess, who do you first think of when you're celebrating this moment?
My mom and dad are definitely with me. They're always going to be with me. They're downstairs right now. Everybody's downstairs. A lot of my family, I think I have about 20 family members be able to make it out. And a couple of my really close friends, one of my roommates from Albany, my first teammate I ever had in football, he's here today too. One of my friends in high school, me and he was able to make it out too. So those are a couple of my friends that were just able to make it out. All my brothers and sisters out here too. But, they're all down there excited, screaming, yelling. I had to tell them, I was like, bro, I didn't be like, hey, calm down. I had to run up here, so that's on me, for being a little bit late and having y'all waiting. So I'm sorry about that. But it was they're all down there excited, so we're just gonna celebrate, have a good night, and then tomorrow we get right to LA.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks for making some time for us.
Thank you.
Enjoy the night.
Thank you. Have a good one.
See you soon.